Hey everyone, it's Harlan Kilstein from Six Figure Copy. And I'm so embarrassed. If you could see my face, you would see that my face is red. All right, it's not red. But we're running a business opportunity contest, and it's time for some more critiques. And I'm going to see if we can crank these out at 2 a week or so. We're looking at one now. Here's our headline: How to Open Your Own Doggy Daycare and Pet Boarding Business. Now, that's an okay thing. I'd like to show you a little trick here on the headline. That's an okay headline. It would be stronger if there was a pre-head. And this is something that Gary Halbert used to talk about. And that is that on a headline, don't close the quote. Now, I know some grammar people will go crazy, but closing a quote puts kind of a speed bump in the road, and so people leave those quotes open. Turn your passion for animals, especially dogs, into a personally rewarding business with a Preppy Pet franchise. When you own a Preppy Pet suite, you have an opportunity to own a fun, affordable franchise, benefit from national brand identification, own a business in a licensed protected territory, benefit from a rapidly growing pet care industry. So far, so good. It's very simple, okay? Which is why it's such a shame that most people fail to realize the value of. Now, this stands out. It doesn't make any sense at this point. Which is why there's nothing that comes before. It's as if that sentence just dropped in from Mars. It doesn't make any sense there. Which is why it's a shame that most people fail to realize the value of complete training at Preppy Pet franchise. Okay, so what you're doing essentially is the letter has started and you're already blaming people. Okay, this does not fit. Okay, this whole section is inappropriate and should be deleted. Okay, here's our date. From Pat Becker. Dear Entrepreneur. I'm not sure I'd begin it with Dear Entrepreneur. I might do it with Dear Pet Lover, who would be like the most likely. Okay? Or Dear Pet Loving Entrepreneur. My dog is considered a family member, and when I need to board her, I'm looking for a place where she has a chance to play and be pampered with top-notch care. Okay? There's no way I would think of abandoning her to a cage and feed environment. I know I'm not alone and wishing the very best. For my doggy friend. If it's your dog, you wouldn't call her your doggy friend. You would use her name. Whatever. Spending on pet care services is a $24 billion business. Now that should be your lead. Spending on pet care services is a $2.4 billion business. How much of a piece of that business do you want? Okay, this should be the lead when you're writing a BizOp letter. That should be the lead before the other. Okay, here we go. Now we move back and talking about people love their pooches to be pampered and so forth. And you plunge into it right away. They currently have 12 franchises and so forth. Consider this. We have some very, very, very weak bullets. Okay, they're really not. There's no benefits in these bullets. Okay, they're very simple, feature-oriented bullets. Okay, there's a logo and so forth, and then all the way. I'm sold. Now, I don't understand how someone can be sold when there are no testimonials about how much money. According to this letter, we're looking at a business that is up and operational, so there should be some testimonials from people in it. If this person were writing for me, the things that I would say good about this letter is that the letter is simple, that the writing is simple, and that's good. And there's some details here, but there really isn't enough information. What else do they do and so forth? You're not offering them enough to sign up. And then there's no close, there's no call to action here. So this letter has a lot of potential, but needs a ways to go. So we would consider this a decent work in progress, but unfortunately does not take the prize. But thanks for playing. Hey, this is Dr. Kilstein from Six Figure Copy. Please subscribe to my videos at Overnight Copy and make sure you're on my list at sixfigurecopy.com. Peace, everyone.